giving me this opportunity. It is always a pleasure. GIS આવે ને એટલે મગજમાં વિચારો આવે એટલે કારણ કે it starts with only innovation કે GIS ના પ્લેટફોર્મ પર 5 મિનિટ હોય કે 50 મિનિટ હોય કે 5 દિવસ હોય, there is a contagious situation that everybody starts thinking what is there, what is new, what is next. And so happy, Sunil bhai, all credit to you. You have created this kind of a thinking mentality across the GISians, I would say. And I would certainly compliment Tapan by the way he is coordinating so meticulously. So again, the leader of leaders that Sunil bhai is, he's created so many leaders. So I'm talking on the new normal and the perspective of a business leader. So I'm talking about more business focused leader here, that what is the new normal, what is the leader looking at, what are his traits, what are the strategies, and what should he be doing that I'm seeing across, and which will make him come out much sooner, faster, and a winner in the post-COVID situation. So certainly COVID has given us so much of learning. Earlier we were always talking that why reinvent the wheel, versus now we are saying that we'll have to revisit, re-strategize, and reinvent also the wheel, maybe to the extent that it is applicable to what our businesses are. And naturally, everywhere where you're seeing reinventing, there is an element of leadership, there is an element always of innovation, because there's a difference between leadership and followers. If you do not innovate, you are naturally part of a following team. So here, even in the leadership, even across the board, any industry, any activity that you do, business or otherwise, this is more like a thinking process than anything else. So my, next 15 minutes, 20 minutes I'm going to spend is on the different thoughts of leadership. Maybe I will want to convey some of the stories which I like and which I have been telling internally at our organization also. I would want to touch base upon some of the industries. What is this new normal in terms of the COVID that is coming up, including even on the strategies that MSMEs are looking at, because I know, like my sister called this morning, that I'm very keen to join your session because MSME, what is the impact? And so I know that we in this world look at a lot of MSME, and I would probably, if time permitting, on the here I would talk about the little traits of talent and how the leadership in the new situation, new world is going to be. So I have named this as a leader leading from the front. Leading from the front is necessarily not a big jargon, but the point is that you're taking risks, you're taking proactive measures, you are speed. Bill Gates says that business at the speed of thought. So we don't have in the new world the luxury of planning. Certainly planning is a very important part, but the action becomes so important now because there are so many people around doing the same thing, and you have to be that leader, that first bird, or even if not the first bird, at least the early mover that will give you the advantage. Winston Churchill, and this lot of my Deloitte colleagues, they use this. They say that don't let a good crisis go to waste. So we are in a crisis, and our Prime Minister, he did a wonderful, phrase, "Apada se avsar." How do you create a crisis into an opportunity? And there are so many situations that in a crisis, some of the people would become blind followers, just look at what is happening. Some of them would just wait for things to happen, while some of them would say, let us go back, revisit, go to the drawing board, get into the strategizing, and try to come up with a solution that I am much ahead of what the people are when the things emerge out. So this is the difference between a leader and otherwise. Certainly a leadership does not mean that he just takes risk. There is a big element of responsibility, because he is taking a team, he is taking an organization, there's an institution that he is working on, and a decision making certainly is not that easy a job, but certainly there is going to be a decision making which will have to happen by as a leader, and that decision making will entail risk, responsibility. He will have to have a proper, it is not a shot in the blind, it is a shot in the dark, it is certainly a conscious, calculated decisions. But that is what I'm going to be talking about. I certainly would want to start with, before I get into some perspective of case studies of the industries, and I'm going to spend only 10-20 seconds on each case study, so don't worry. I know I'm mindful of the time, Sunil bhai, for the 20 minutes that So McKinsey, and I would first, or rather this applies across the industries, across the sectors, what the study is, and that this is there are 5 strategies to come out, running from the COVID, and post COVID you get into whatever your business is. And that 5 strategies are very important for every single business to look at, whether it is a service industry, manufacturing, whether it's a tourism industry, or a pure industrials engineering. So one is the resolve. So there are 5 things. I'll name all the 5 and then just spend 10-20 seconds on each of them. Resolve, resilience, return, reimagine, and reform. So this is a process. This is in the sequence that it happens. So in the first place, resolve, the most important thing that some of the industries, not all, are facing is survival. Most of the industries are saying that the basic administration, basic continuing of the business, and saving the activity, saving the, and when I say activity, it's also the mindset of the people, the engagement of the people, the engagement of the vendor, the engagement of the customer. Now it is so important that right now is the time to engage, and engage. It is very important that people are sync. There's a leader who is creating by himself in isolation a leadership role, and creating policies, strategies, and implementation will not work. He will have to take the ecosystem in his fold. So that is very important. The short term, most important part is you understand that how are you going to manage the time, and what is important today versus tomorrow. What you need to do today versus tomorrow, though tomorrow is very important. At the same time, you do not do something today which is going to impact your long-term strategy. You only defer such things. You only put it on hold for the time being. Coming to resilience, very important. Now everybody is saying, and this is the important part of the story, like cash is king. Today when the crisis, or in the times which are uncertain, and these are certainly uncertain, not only uncertain, unprecedented, that we are seeing over so many years. And in the unprecedented times, it is important that you ensure that you're functioning, the liquidity in the business, and you're continuing with at least the survival and the transition or transfer in the process of the times of lockdown, or further till the time you come to normalcy, is very important. So working capital management, there would be important aspect on investments versus the capital expenditure. You will have to understand that what is important, the capital expenditure, investments which would need to wait in this time. The liquidity need to be there. You will have to engage with your customer. You will have to make sure that supply chain and the logistics come to. So right now the critical role in the process is ensuring that you make sure that the business today is, even if there are some couple of opportunities, but doesn't come to a halt or come to a crisis, further crisis if this goes little longer. Third is return. Now when the things come to normalcy, I think there is somebody's mic which is on. If yeah, thank you. So return, now there is going to be a transition of return, and that is where our concept of today comes into play, that the return is not going to be returning to actually the very state that we left in before, whatever 2, 3, 5 months. We were working in a different format. We were working in a more manual world, I would say, more attached world, people connecting to people, and then a world which was less digital, I would say. Then what will happen, will have to happen, I would use the word, in the times to come. So you will have to be very conscious that when this transformation, and I'm going to touch base on a point that while we are talking on the one side that cash is king or liquidity is primary and or prime in terms of the business strategy, it is important that you start understanding where you are going to be investing in terms of upskilling the talent, investing in terms of technology. Now this is going to be so important, and maybe I'll touch base based on time permitting. So a return is not okay, 3 months, 5 months, 8 months gone. Now we could fortunately survive, we could fortunately get back, and now we back to normal, will not happen. So you will have to again go to back to your strategies on the drawing board and say, name called Smita Shah, your microphone needs to be muted. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. So so that return is going to be, we feel that okay, we are back to normal. That's going to be, little painful, more probably, because the world would be working differently versus what we were working totally earlier. Even if not, we will have to work differently to adapt to the new world, and in that adaptation to the new world, we will certainly make sure we have a position which would be a leadership position where we can progress faster, further, and maybe from the point of view of any decision making, whether it is diversification, geographical, technology, market, it would be. Fourth point is reimagine. Now this is very linked to return. When you are returning, you will have to reimagine, and this probably I would have borrowed, or McKinsey would have borrowed the word from Sunil Bhai. Imagine, reimagine. It's all about innovation, imagination, and you have to do it differently. As I think Shiv Khera puts this so many places, that leaders don't do different things, they do it differently. So it is about reimagining about execution, reimagining about management, reimagining about the way you do the things, and not that you're going to do different things. You're going to make that very same product tomorrow also. Maybe you will only find different markets, you'll find different way of moving, you'll find a different logistics chain, you will find a different vendor control or a cooperation. And the fifth is reform. Reform is a long-term process that based on this, that what you do, you will be reforming your organization, yourself, your team, and further. So I know we started 10 minutes later, so I'm going to go up to 50, 52. No, not 52, 60. It is 46 already. So one, I remember of one, that how a leader with behavior would be, and that extra mile. And I have one story to tell, which I like this story. I tell this so many places. There was a wrestler, a world champion, Dan Gable. This is a name known to a lot of people. And he had a wrestling world championship coming up next day, and he was in this practice room, and a lot of media guys came to him to take an interview. He says, I can imagine that my opponent is practicing, so I should go back to my practice room. So he practices, gets perspired, comes back. The media guy says, can we take your interview? He says, no, my opponent is still practicing, as I can think of. I want to go back to practice room. He comes back again. He says, no, it's not time to give up. My opponent would be still practicing, and totally perspired, no energy available to him. But he says, I can think that my opponent will, I need to go back to practice. And he goes back, he comes back, and he was totally drained out, no energy. He cannot even, he hardly can speak. And this wrestler's practice, you can imagine. Now the interview guys, the media guys are ready to ask him the question. And he says, now I think that my opponent should have gone into shower, and I should go back to my practice room. The point is that extra mile, the mentality of a leader who is transforming or leading from the front, is that extra mile. You have to go that extra mile, and then I would use the word miracles happen. I will take 2 minutes on auto. I put the watch on the side so that I'm mindful of that. Not auto, but industries. So many industries, they are under difficult times, and very difficult times. Do you think all the industries are giving up? Auto, we feel, before a month we felt auto is a gone industry. Next 12 months auto is out of question. I'll give you the statistics that China, according to Bloomberg report, the April year on year, so it is not month on month, last April versus this April, is growth of 0.9%. Now, auto industries played a strategy. They also came and say that now public transport will not be as important, good. They would have played a game of finance. They would have played a game of service. They would have played a game of reducing the cost by supply chain. Now, imagine I'm talking about the worst of the industry, real estate, DLF here. The DLF has considered that we have changed the product mix. They are engaging with customer. Real estate is becoming digital. They are saying, we'll give you a real-time experience at your home. We will ensure the sanitization, hygiene conditions, whether it's commercial or, and they are restructuring. Because learning is that people are not giving. Tourism is a very important. Now today, if somebody says tourism, tourism, don't think about it for 6 months. Let us, when it comes back. That is not how the tourism industry is working. Tourism guys, the giants in the tourism, are already working on doing a big business in tourism sooner, and they are finding newer future destinations. They are finding, how do you smart quarantine the people who are coming here for a leisure or business? So they say that I have a comfort. You don't worry, if you are here and something happens to you, I will have a smart quarantine thing. I know how to make sure that everything is paperless and you don't have to connect with anybody when you are checking into a resort or a room or anything. uh, Airlines, now airlines, and very important thing for MSMEs also, when I was talking about the resolve, resilience, etc., is benchmarking. See, you cannot afford to be doing everything as if you are the only person taking decisions and in the industry. You have to benchmark. And I would go further, that benchmark is not about only your competitors or your players in your industry. You also have to go beyond the players. A typical clear example to me that comes to is cinemas versus airlines. I compare cinemas with airlines. What airlines are doing, the cinemas are doing. Airlines are talking about sanitizing, distancing, and cinemas are saying, yes, we will leave one seat for everybody who will come to us. We will sanitize every, we will have no touch. Anybody comes in, there is no queue at the box office. Airline says there will be no queue at the check-in counters. And understand, they are giving surprises also. They will say Pepsi cans on the counter, whether available free or discounted, no popcorns. The cinema PVR is, I'm talking about what PVR is trying to strategize today, versus a Qatar airline coming and saying 100,000 seats free to the medical profession. We will give them privilege, and then that's also business. They are trying to find media moving into digital marketing, print media moving into Shailesh Bhai sending newspapers to us, and sports certainly getting affected. So media, education, I think there's a revolution in the education which is going to come, because online education certainly is something which is not working. We can see that reduced classroom will increase capacity. People can go to the classroom to engage in practical aspects or the experiments or group discussions, etc. The education field will see that how guest faculties can be promoted versus only the teachers coming through. Education field will say 5 campuses. Now a fellow who is working here works from home, online education, but he has experience of 5 different campuses he can have from the same university. So if we look at it, that across the board, I am talking about the most difficult industries also are coming to terms with strategy on talent. And the last 6-7 minutes that I have on talent, and certainly once again for MSME, because I like to work with MSMEs and discuss a lot of things with them. Very important on MSEs is the speed. Understand, you have to be proactive. You cannot afford to be sitting there reading newspaper, finding what your competitors are doing, and then waiting for things to change and then apply and follow blindly what the other guys are doing. It will not work, because this is the time to overtake that 50-year-old company who is actually in a procrastination zone or a complacency, versus you being proactive to do something. You will make mistakes, don't worry about it, but the speed and proactiveness. You will have to look at cooperations. The MSMEs have to look at cooperations, collaborations, M&As, whatever you do, where you see that there's a, yeah. Tapan bhai, mane kaho kai? No, right? Okay, so 2 more minutes. Okay, got it. So and talent, very important, very close to my heart. We will have to change the way we look. As Stephen Covey says, seek to understand before being understood. And I would want to say that Henry Ford advertised once in the newspaper that I am looking for a lot of people who do not know what cannot be done. So he's saying that upskill people should be challenged, and he invented a V8 engine. That V8 engine is an 8-cylinder engine in a single box. And that was after so many impossibilities that were given to him. So a leader will get criticism, but end of the day, the values, the ethics, the long-term thinking with a short-term crisis management is going to be so important. It says that no success long endures unless built on the fundamentals of truth and justice. And finally, maybe to wind up, I can see Tapan by saying that your time is about to be up. A passion of a leader, high enthusiasm. The leader will have to ensure, showcase enthusiasm, get enthusiasm for his team, and make sure that what he is implementing, he will have to own the responsibility of mistakes. He will have to carry the criticism. But if it is in interest of the people team, then he may certainly not want to, he may want to take the decisions. because the last thing to wind up now, the last thing that a leader will have is a fear of failure, and most of the people are not able to lead is because of the fear of failure. It is not how many times you fall, it is how many times you rise after